By the way, food and rent are not the only things around here that cost money. You sleep on the couch.
What if you take a classic tale of the Prince and the Pauper, modernize it, and give it that extra little twist? Cast a well-established comedy actor and a hotshot comedy star of both film and television. Well, you got Trading Places, a movie about the stock market, greed, and vanity. But it's not called Wall Street. I'm Meffistoe. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel because this is my review of Trading Places.
Nothing you have ever experienced can prepare you for the unbridled carnage you're about to witness. The Super Bowl, the World Series, they don't know what pressure is.
Trading Places asks the ultimate question. What if a rich guy, born and bred with a silver spoon up his ass, do when he suddenly gets arrested, thrown out of his house, and forced to live in squalor? Same goes for a petty criminal living day to day out in the streets with no job or prospects, giving a proper job and a place to live. What would that guy do?
You want me to break something else?
No.
This is roughly the premise of this movie. It begins with the Duke brothers arguing whether or not behavior is in the genes or taught through environment. After witnessing a supposed thievery by a random beggar, the Dukes decide to have a high-stakes bet. They would ensure the downfall of their favorite employee and convince the beggar to live in his place, both not knowing about the other. They frame one and bail out the other, giving the pauper the rich guy's house, butler, and possessions. They frame the rich employee with thievery and then drug dealing, along with making sure his fiancée thinks he's cheating on her.
Just a dime bag. I'll do all those things you like.
The spiral goes round and around, and we see how the two men caught in a bet that they're not aware of act in a totally alien environment to them.
Hey, bubbles, man. Say, man, when I was growing up, we want jacuzzi, we had to fart in the tub.
Eddie Murphy as Billy Ray Valentine shines in this movie, as he did in most of his movies during the 80s. This was Eddie's second movie, and his star in Hollywood was just shining bright. An SNL stint, a massively successful debut movie in 48 hours, which at the time of being cast into Trading Places wasn't considered to do that well, which surprised everybody that did. A super successful comedy tour in Delirious, and the reasons for that are clear. Eddie can transcend any medium he's in and bring a great performance to anything he does.
Is there a problem, officers?
There's also a through line between Reggie Hammond, Axel Foley, and Billy Ray Valentine. All three characters of Eddie's first three movies are characters that are underrated and seem stupid or foolish because of Eddie's tendencies to have fun, be silly, and laugh. However, all three characters are smart, intelligent, and crafty. In Trading Places, the Dukes think that Billy Ray is a dumb black dude from the hood. But as he settles into the job as a broker, the Dukes discover, as we discover, that Billy Ray is just a hustler, and there's no better place to hustle than in Wall Street. I love Eddie in this role, and I always love that laugh.
Certainly.
As for the other side of the equation, Dan Aykroyd, as an SNL alumni himself with a hit movie in Blues Brothers, takes on the role of the yuppie preppy boy and just runs with it. He is shocked that he is getting accused of any crime at all. He is perplexed on how and why things are just happening to him. He also discovers how people who he thinks are beneath him can show kindness to him when he is in the dumps.
You've been so kind to me.
I'm just protecting my investment.
It's all well and true, but if you consider the fact that Paramount didn't even want Aykroyd to be in the cast because they didn't think he could carry the movie without his friend John Belushi. Speaking of actors that Paramount didn't think would cut it, Jamie Lee Curtis, who plays Ophelia, had that reputation of being a scream queen, forced to play roles that are strictly in the horror genre. In Trading Places, she got to play a different role, one of a kind-hearted but clever prostitute that takes care of Louis Winthrop III, Dan Aykroyd's character, and helps him to deal with his recent misfortune.
Soft hands. And a manicure. Never done a hard day's work in your life, have you?
And the last thing I'll mention that is a highlight of this movie are the Duke brothers, played by Rolf Bellamy and Don Amici. The latter was thought to be dead by the casting director, which is a whole funny other bit of a story. These two play a conniving duo who play puppet master with the lives of both Winthorpe and Billy Ray. They both do a great job of making you hate them right from the start, as they never look their employees in the eyes, treating everyone like trash. The funniest thing to me with regards to the actors is the fact that Don Amici had to swear in one of the scenes. Amici hated swearing. He was a devout Catholic and told the director, John Landis, that he would only swear once and he had to do it in one take. So he did. And of course, abruptly had to apologize to the cast and crew for doing so.
Mortimer, your brother's not well. We better call an ambulance.
Fuck him! Now you listen to me. I want trading reopened right now.
Overall, a fun comedy for any time of the year. But because the story does take place around Christmas, it became a Christmas time movie. A movie that in its origins was written for a totally different actors in mind, in the form of Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder. But it couldn't be made because Pryor decided to make himself the Human Torch.
So what's that? Richard Pryor running down the street.
But the world gained the comedy brilliance of Eddie and Dan, a fun adult comedy that launched the future collaborations of Murphy and Landis, and of course, Aykroyd and Curtis. I highly recommend you watch it if you haven't. It's fun, funny, racy, and satisfying. And if you want to deep dive into the movie, please check out our live show that we did, the Real McCoy Podcast, with our good friends Culture Casino and Tom Connors from Midnight's Edge.
Those men wanted to have sex with me.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this review, smash that like button and help me out to beat that algorithm. Please check out other reviews that I've done in the past, or check out our live Saturday show where we cover all sorts of amazing movies. And remember, hope is a good thing, maybe even the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. I'll see you on the next video.